All right, in 2020, Vice President Mike Pence absolutely demolished Kamala Harris during their debate. So how did he do tonight against his fellow Republicans? Let's take a look.
Martha, you asked earlier who's the most best prepared for this job. And I must tell you, with all due respect to all of my friends on the stage, and even to one that's probably looking on, I think unquestionably I am the best prepared, the most tested, the most qualified and proven conservative in this race. I was a leader in the Congress of the United States. I led Indiana where we balanced budgets and had a AAA bond rating when I was governor. And as Vice President of the United States, we spent funding to backfill on the military cuts of the Obama administration, and then we were there in the worst pandemic in 100 years.
All right, here with us now, former Vice President Mike Pence. Mr. Vice President, how are you? Good to see you again.
I'm great, Chuck.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You know, the best prepared, most tested. Then you had a little exchange with Vivek, and it was over this issue. You actually said it's not time for on-the-job training, not time for a rookie,
right,
and called him out when he said that, and quoted him saying that a president can't do everything.
Right.
Well, I mean, he's flashy. He's got a great smile, very personable, smart, obviously successful. Not ready. That's your take?
Well, that's part of my take. But look, I was glad to be on that stage. I thought Brett and Martha did a terrific job really getting us to a broad range.
I do, too. I think they did a great job.
But look, this country is in serious trouble right now. I mean, Joe Biden's disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan has unleashed the enemies of freedom around the world. And at the same time, he's been cutting military spending. He threw open the southern border of the United States. We have the worst crisis on the border in history. This avalanche of spending has now created the worst inflation in 40 years. Mortgage rates reached a 21-year high last week. And this steady assault on our values and our core liberties, religious freedoms, this is no time for on-the-job training. The reason that my wife and I, after much prayer, stepped into this race, Sean, as I've told you before, is because when we look at the blessings we've had in our life, where I was a leader among House conservatives for 12 years. We moved the Deficit Reduction Act when George Bush was president. It was the last time we actually had a meaningful cut in government spending on the books in history. I go home to Indiana, I balance budgets, I cut taxes, we achieve record employment, and then, I was a leading voice for the conservative agenda in the Trump-Pence administration, an administration I'm incredibly proud of. I know there was some criticism of our record. I tried to get in on it a couple of times to defend our record. But look, to me, my message is that I say with great humility, when I look at the challenges facing America, and I look at the experiences we've had, I'm simply the most experienced, proven, tested conservative in this field. And it's that kind of experienced conservative leadership that's going to be required to turn this country around.
If you look on the issue of borders, if you look on the issue of energy independence, if you look at the issue of American foreign policy and law and order, and on so many of these issues, then you guys got hit with a pandemic. You know, the worst one in 100 years.
Right.
And I think that threw everybody for a loop. And nobody in the beginning knew anything, let's be honest. And I think everyone was just flailing around a little bit, trying your best to, understand the magnitude of what we were dealing with here. Right. That certainly, up to that point, you had set record low unemployment for every single demographic in the country, and achieved energy independence, and beat the Caliphate and Soleimani and Baghdadi and Associates. A lot of success there.
Well, it's one of the
trade deals and
Yeah, I tried to get back to a little bit on COVID after Governor DeSantis, lines about that.
Yeah.
And he's entitled to his opinion, but he's not entitled to his own facts. I mean, look, when I was tapped 2 months into that task force to lead the White House coronavirus task force by President Trump, our #1 focus was to save lives, to make sure healthcare workers had the testing and the resources, the supplies, and ultimately the vaccines that would see our nation through this. We spun up support for families and businesses in paycheck protection, and there was an enormous investment in that. But I believe that's what government is for. When the roof falls in, when hard times strike a nation, That's why you have to balance your budget. That's why you have to be on a solid fiscal foundation. One of the things we never talked about tonight was we have a national debt the size of our nation's economy today.
Scary. For
the first time since World War II. And I was the first one to be willing to step up and say, look, as President of the United States, I'm going to say to everybody over the age of 40, no changes in Social Security or Medicare. But for Americans under the age of 40, I want to have a conversation.
It's headed towards insolvency.
That's all there is to it. Yeah, Joe Biden's policy is insolvency, and candidly, my former running mate's policy is identical to Joe Biden's. But even, I had to call out Vivek on that. He literally said that he wasn't going to do anything about the national debt, Social Security, and Medicare reform because he said
a president can't do everything.
A president can't do everything. And I just said to him, I was in the building, I was in the hallway, I was in the Oval Office for 4 years, almost every day. Presidents don't get to choose. You have to look those crises in the eye. You have to provide leadership and solve them, and I will.
Vice President Pence, great to see you.
Thank you, Sean.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.